right, we're with Pandy Dickenson. She was the designer of that beautiful opera house, Gingerbread House. How long did that take you to make?
About 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks. 8-hour days?
No, you'd work on it for 2 or 3 hours, then you'd have to let things dry. So it was a couple hours here, and then wait a few hours, and then a few hours more.
And did you win an award on that?
I did. I got the almost spectacular.
Almost spectacular.
Almost.
And I think it was pretty spectacular.
Well, thank you.
Was it a hard design for you?
No. It was fun to do. I built it all out of illustration board first. And once I had that down pat, then I took it apart and used it as a pattern. And I kind of have a background in construction, so it was fun.
And were there any setbacks?
Oh, there were many.
Yeah.
At one point we decided we had a small earthquake on Southport because one of the roof pieces slid off.
Oh. What was the hardest part, you think?
The hardest part was putting the roof on.
The roof?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's 4 pieces that had to go on together, and you sort of stood there and held all 4. And my thought was it was going to be a good 10 minutes I couldn't move.
Yeah.
I figured the phone would ring or something. I survived.
Now, are you allowed to use materials that are not edible?
No, the whole thing is supposed to be.
Okay.
Other than the base.
Okay.
And as we put it, it's edible, but it may not be palatable.
Right. What do you use as an adhesive to keep the things together?
It's a royal icing. And it's better than any glue I know once it dries. And it tastes good, too.
It tastes good, too?
Yes.
Good. Are you going to eat your house?
No, I am not.
No?
I'm hoping someone buys it because I don't want to take it home.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you very much, Pandy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, we're with Carly Crewell.
Crewell.
Okay, and where are you from, Carly?
Selkirk, New York, just below Albany.
So you drove all the way from New York to enter your...
325 miles.
And what possessed you to do that?
Well, I summer here, so I did it because I love Boothbay. I wanted to benefit the Opera House, and this is made to the glory of God.
And Carly has 3 houses that are featured in this year's contest. She won Most Spectacular with this church right here. And how many hours do you think you've put into all the houses?
It took me a solid, 6 days. I started Friday night, like 1 week before the spectacular. I started Friday night, finished at 3:30 Saturday morning, baking them. And then I began to do them,
Now, do you do it just for the contest, or you do it just because...
I do it just because I love gingerbread.
Well, you're extremely good at making gingerbread
Thank
house.
you.
Carly uses intricate details. Inside the church, there's a service going on, if you can see that. And at the top, she has Hershey kisses as the bells. So you've won Most Spectacular, and you won Best Traditional Gingerbread House. Is there anything else you won?
No.
No? And she won. And she won our hearts of Boothbay.
Yes. Well, Boothbay has my heart, that's for sure.
Oh, great. Thank you, Carly. We're here with the
welcome.
2012 winner of the Gingerbread House design at the Opera House.
You're so welcome.
Well, coming up with the awards is not so hard, but for the judges, determining who actually is going to be the most spectacular, because in their own way, they're all terrific. But the 5 judges this year, they did a great job. And they handed out, I forget how many, maybe a dozen prizes.
How many entries were in this year?
I think we had just shy of 40.
Carly had mentioned that her church is being bid on.
It is.
Do all the houses get bid on, or just the top winners?
What happens is some people want to take theirs home, and so those don't get bid on, but some people build them to be bid on to raise money for the Opera House. So at the end of today, we'll know who those winners are, and they'll go out to people in the community. And some people bid on them not to keep them, but ask them to give us, for us to give them to needy families in the community.
Great.
So they go all kinds of places from here.
And what stood out this year than any other year?
They were really, really creative this year in their approach, all kinds of different things. But it's good every year. Can't wait till next year.